So, before moving forward in the video, if you are somebody who wants to learn the concept of AI engineering and actually make a career in the same field, then you are actually at the right place. Algocamp has launched its first AI engineering cohort in which you will be able to learn state-of-the-art patterns on how to make these real-world production-grade ready AI applications. You will learn all the concepts from beginner to advanced, starting from basics of LLMs, understanding GPT's API, or let's say Claude's API, how you can actually set up RAGs in production, how you can make your own AI agents with a lot of interesting projects as well. You will be making projects including making your own code reviewing agent, making your own RAG pipeline which will be able to handle long running tasks as well, and whatnot. I list all of the projects here and you can pause the video and check out all of them. This particular cohort will also help you understand behind the scenes of an LLM so that you can understand how the LLM actually works, the neural network architecture, the transformers architecture, what was actually running before LLMs like RNNs and LSTMs. All of these concepts of deep learning also we will be actually covering. This particular cohort has been actually made sure that if you are somebody who knows nothing about AI engineering and wants to start your career in AI engineering, you will be able to actually do that. We will provide all of the required fundamentals including Python, basics of Python, fast API, Docker, Git, GitHub, and everything which will help you to start your learning as fast as possible. If you are somebody who is actually looking for a more structured way to learn AI engineering with people who are actually building these products in production, do check out the link in the description section below, and don't forget to use this particular coupon code to get massive discount on the price. So let's get back to the video. So this is a new question coming from LeetCode, problem number 622, design circular queue. Design your implementation of the circular queue. Design your implementation of the circular queue. The circular queue is a linear data structure in which the operations are performed based on FIFO, first in, first out. And the last position is connected back to the first position to make it a circle. It is also called as a ring buffer. One of the benefits of circular queue is that you can make use of the spaces in front of the queue. That's what we also saw. And in a normal queue, once the queue becomes full, we cannot insert the element even if there is space in the front of the queue. But the circular queue, we can use the space to store the new values. So that's what we have to implement. Okay. Now, a circular queue implementation you can do using linked list, a circular linked list as well. But you can see they have defined the size of the queue. If you see the constructor call for queue, my circular queue, it takes a value k which is the size of the queue. If you have size already defined, then maybe arrays can also help you here. So for example, let's say the value of k is equals to 7. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a 7 length array. You're going to make a 7 length array, index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. And what you can do is that, let's say you can initialize back from k minus 1, and you can initialize, let's say, front here at 0. Okay. Now let's say if somebody said nq5. If somebody said nq5, what we are going to do is we are going to move the back. We are going to move the back like this. Back is equals to back plus 1 mod k. So what will happen? What is back? 6. What is 6 plus 1 mod 7? 7 mod 7. This is 0. So back is going to go at the 0th index. And here you are going to insert 5. Then, let's say you nq'd 6. Again, you are going to do the same thing. Back plus 1 mod k. So 0 plus 1 mod 7 is what? 1. So back goes here. And we got a 6. Then let's say again we nq'd 7, 8, 9. So what will happen is back will go one step ahead. We'll have 7, 8, and 9. One by one. 8 and 9. Now let's say I want to dequeue. If I want to dequeue, what I'll do is I'll say front is equals to front plus 1 mod k. Right? You'll realize in a moment why we are doing mod k again and again. So let's say I dequeued and I just move ahead. The moment you move ahead, element is still present here, but we are not going to consider it because now it is behind the front. Okay. Then let's say we dequeued again. We dequeued again. So we are again going to go to the next element. Okay. Now let's say you inserted few more elements, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. Now if you want to insert 10, back is equals to back plus 1 mod k. So back comes here and I have a 10. Okay. Then if I have to insert 11, back is equals to back plus 1 mod k. So insert 11 here. Now just think about it. Back is again on the end. If you have to insert 12, you need to bring back here. So you'll do back is equals to back plus 1 mod k. 6 plus 1 mod 7 is what? 0. So back goes here and update this to 11. Can I say that? Sorry, 12, not 11, 12. Can you see how circular queue is actually working here? That whatever were the vacant spaces created by front, now we are going to use it. Now again, back is equals to back plus 1 mod k. So back comes here and this is what? 13. Right? Now let's say you want to DQ. If you want to DQ, you just move front ahead. You move front ahead. Another DQ, move front ahead. Another DQ, move front ahead. Can I say all of these elements have been removed? Now if I do DQ once more, 11 needs to be removed, right? So again, front is equals to front plus 1 mod k. So 6 plus 1 mod 7 is what? Front comes here. That means this 11 has been deleted as well. And this is the technically range of the queue, right? So that is what we are going to actually do always and always. That we will keep on removing the elements, and you can see in a circular fashion, they are going to keep on filling up. They are going to keep on filling. Okay. As simple as that. That's how you can actually implement a circular queue. So using arrays, because the size has been described, implementing circular queues should be a cakewalk.